You know, it seems like each decade in anime has had at least one show that encapsulates what that particular generation of anime fan wanted and appreciated.
For example, the 70s had Mobile Suit Gundam, a dramatic space opera series that revolutionized the mecha genre and has now become synonymous with the genre itself. The 80s had Dragon Ball, a show that didn't so much have a solid plot, but it was entertaining, fun, had solid writing, recognizable characters, great action, and introduced the martial arts genre of anime to the world, paving the way for shows such as Yu Yu Hakusho, One Piece, and Naruto. The 90s had Neon Genesis Evangelion, one of, if not the most controversial animes to have ever been made. A show that, with its dark story, dripping with psychological and religious themes and symbolism, has managed to somehow find a way to keep itself going even after a decade of its original release, and has even paved the way for quote-unquote post-Evangelion mech shows that would have some sort of religious themes, such as Rasafan, Brain-Powered, and Gasaraki.
So, after all those awesome shows that have become legends in and of themselves, what will we offer up? What is it that the 21st century will bring to the table of anime in tribute to what the previous generations have so graciously given to us? After sweeping space dramas, ingenious action brawls, and cryptic apocalyptic epics, what is it that we will offer up?
The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya is the name of the first in a series of light novels written by Nagaru Tanigawa and illustrated by Noisy Ito. The story revolves around a young girl named Haruhi Suzumiya, who while being attractive, intelligent, and athletic, seems to have a keen affinity for the weird and the supernatural. Getting the idea one day that instead of sitting around waiting for weird things to come to her, she decides to create an extracurricular club at her school dedicated to seeking out supernatural phenomena. Along the way, she enlists the aid of Kion, a former supernatural enthusiast himself, who has since become disillusioned to the notion of freaky-deaky shit being real, and has now decided to begin attempting to both live and enjoy the ordinary life that he knows he is destined to live. However, when he begins to associate with Haruhi, things start to get a lot less ordinary than Kion had prepared for. How does this story begin? Well, let's take a look.
The hell is this?
Her name is Mikuru Asahime.
Who's the narrator guy? Who's the bunny chick? What's going on? What is she doing?
She's a battle waitress from the future. Don't ask me why she's from the future or why she's a waitress, cause that's not important right now.
Wait, what? No! Explain shit to me! This shit needs to be explained! She's a waitress? Then why's she wearing a bunny girl costume? And she's from the future? That sounds like a pretty important detail.
By the way, earlier I mentioned she was a battle waitress, so you're probably wondering why she's wearing a bunny girl costume here.
Yes! Yes, please! Any explanation about anything would be incredibly appreciated!
You see, that's because during the day, she has a part-time job attracting customers to this store in the local shopping area.
Okay, I'm going to assume that's not illegal in Japan.
The girl had become a sort of mascot for the local retailers, and she was loved by all the people who lived in the neighborhood. You can do it, Mikuru. Bring back the customers who flocked like lemmings to that huge mega warehouse store that opened last year. The fate of this neighborhood and its mom and pop stores is riding on your shoulders, Mikuru. Unfortunately, none of this has anything to do with the story.
Wait, what? None of this has anything to do with the story? Well then, what the fuck are we doing spending so much time talking about it then?
Who's that guy? Who is she? Who the fuck are they?
Icon has exposition? You know what? Fuck this. I'm fast forwarding to the end. No, I'm doing it. I don't care. We'll go to the next episode if you want it that badly. But I am not going to force myself to sit through any more whatever the fuck this is.
This story is a work of fiction. All character names, organizations, incidents, and any other names, phenomena, and such are fictional as well. It's all made up. This story is a work of fiction. All character names, organizations, incidents, and any other names. Hey, Kyon, why do I have to say all this stuff anyway? I mean, it's totally...
It was a student film? Oh, that's great. That is truly the best way to start off your show, by showing a fucking student film as the first episode. We are off to such a fan-fucking-tastic start. Oh. Alright. Let's see what else this show has for us.
Okay, asking somebody how long they believed in Santa Claus is so stupid you can't even consider it a topic suitable for idle conversation.
Alright then. I wasn't gonna ask you anything pertaining to Santa Claus, but whatever.
But if you still want to know how long I believe
What
in
the?
some old...
You just said that talking about how long someone has believed in Santa Claus is too stupid to
I've
even...
never believed in him, ever. The Santa that showed up
Fine,
at my
whatever.
kindergarten Christmas
So
festival?
thankfully this episode starts off in a relatively normal fashion. This is Kyon. Yeah, it's just Kyon. Don't hold your breath waiting for his real name, or you'll be dead before you even get to see Haruhi. He's played by Crispin Freeman, which is good because if you have to listen to a character narrate an entire show, you better find someone with a voice that isn't going to annoy the fuck out of us. He's explaining to us how even as a small child, he knew better than to believe in something like Santa Claus, but that it wasn't until he left junior high that he accepted the fact that his otaku fantasies didn't exist either, which pretty much takes all precocious points away from you, dude. So we follow Kyon on his trek to school while he continues to babble, and that's when we're finally introduced to our title character.
I'm Haruhi Suzumiya from East Junior High. First off, I'm not interested in ordinary people. But if any of you are aliens, time travelers, or espers, please come see me. That is all.
Gee, I wonder what her codename in the Swollen Eyeball Network is.
So there she is, folks, the epicenter of the otaku-gasm that has seared its way across the planet. Haruhi Suzumiya, played by Wendy Lee.
Okay, next.
I bet everyone thought she was kidding. But it wasn't a joke, and it wasn't anything to laugh about. Haruhi is always dead serious. And that's how we first met. Looking back, I want to believe that it was just a coincidence. As long as Haruhi Suzumiya is sitting quietly, she's just like any other extremely beautiful high school girl, and my seat just happens to be in front of her. I mean, can you blame me for wanting to exploit this seating arrangement so I could, get to know her better?
Oh, I won't blame you, but there are a few thousand fanboys the world over that will be a teeny bit irritated if they see you doing it.
Hey, that stuff you were saying when you were introducing yourself, were you serious about all that?
What about the stuff I was saying?
Well, you know, about aliens and stuff.
Why, are you an alien or something?
Well, no, but I just...
Well, no, but you just what?
Well, I just forget it.
Then why are we even talking right now? You're wasting my time.
Well, excuse me, princess. I didn't mean to interrupt your sitting.
So Kyon is approached by a classmate of his named Taniguchi, which I will take the liberty of telling you his name because God knows the show can't be bothered to tell you itself. He's been in the same class as Haruhi for the past 3 years in middle school, so he takes it upon himself to explain Haruhi's eccentricities.
You know that thing that draws lines on the athletic field? Well, she used that thing to draw this big, mysterious symbol on the school quad. And then one morning, I get to class early. All the desks were shoved out into the hall. Then there's the time she painted a star on the roof. And this other time when she plastered
hell's
these
she
talismans
doing?
all over the campus. You know, like the ones you use to reanimate corpses.
Wait, so she plastered corpse reanimating talismans all over the school campus? She's not eccentric, she's a freak.
If you were me, there's only one girl in this class to go after. And that's her. Ryoko Asakura. And I'm telling you, she's in the top 3 on the freshman hottie list.
So what, are you telling us that you've already checked out all the freshman girls?
Heck yeah! I ranked them all from A to D, and I even went so far as to memorize the full names of all the A-list girls, buddy.
There's a word to describe what it is you're doing. What is it now? It's right on the tip of my tongue. Let's see, oh yeah, creepy!
So in addition to all the aforementioned eccentricities, Kyon takes it upon himself to list a couple more.
Haruhi eccentricity number 1. A different hairstyle every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. As the days passed, the number of places she'd tie up her hair increased. Haruhi eccentricity number 2. Our PE class is separated into boys and girls. When changing into uniforms, girls use the odd-numbered classrooms and boys use the even number. It didn't matter that guys were standing around. She'd just start changing out of her school uniform. Eccentricity number 3. It was rather irritating that Haruhi joined every team and every extracurricular club the school had to offer.
So after a month of just observing, Kyon decides that it's time to put the moves on her.
So, do you change your hairstyle every day to ward off alien invaders?
So when did you notice?
A while ago.
Oh, I see.
Wait a second, what? She changes her hairstyle every day to ward off aliens? Didn't she just say at the beginning of the episode?
I'm not interested in ordinary people. But if any of you are aliens, time travelers, or espers, please come see me.
So then why in the hell is she trying to ward off aliens? I mean, that'd be like being really excited for a package to come in the mail, yet having your easily agitated Doberman chained up to the mailbox.
And so, when Haruhi came to class the next day with her long hair all chopped off, I was rather disturbed by it. I mean, cutting it short like that the day after I made my comment, it's a little rash, don't you think?
Not really.
What the fuck? How'd she hear that? No, seriously, how did she hear that? How did she hear his inner monologue?
Ever since that day...
What's but no! Go back! Oh, never mind.
Sort of a ritual. Is it true you've dumped every guy you've ever dated?
Whoa, dude, just come out and ask, why don't you? Jeez, another step forward and you'll be asking shit like,
how is your sex life?
Here's the problem. So far, the way it looks is that all the men in this entire universe are pathetic.
Alright then, so what kind of guy would you have really been into? An alien or something?
Yeah, anything like an alien or something else along those lines. Anyway, as long as the person isn't an ordinary human, I don't care if it's a boy or a
Hang on a
girl.